Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. So I am Life Coach Candee Teng from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for mental fitness. So this coaching conversation is for individuals who wants to become mentally fit so they can be empowered to take full responsibility and accountability with their decisions in life, regardless of their mental condition or their mental state. And my mission is to empower 1 million individuals to become mentally fit so they can courageously journey outside of their comfortability towards the recovery of their broken name, broken identity, and broken dreams so that they can design and truly live a life of responsibility or a life of stewardship. So thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from today. Please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing for you with you this session. And of course, you may also give some shout outs to people you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. So if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. So I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI-Connect. So if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. Now, for my topic for this session, it's all about how prioritizing quality sleep affects your brain. So this is just timely since I think it was just yesterday at Decap Brewing Live I talked about the power of sleep. So this time let's dive into more no in terms of mental health and mental fitness on how sleep actually affects the mental health and the other way around, like how mental health affects sleep and sleep affects mental health. Okay, so again, I invite you to tag your friend. Feel free to circulate this video. So just in case you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Coach Candee Teng. Again, I'm from Life Coach Philippines. So I'm a professional CACC life and mental health coach with coaching focus on healing and recovery through mental fitness. So I am a master builder apprentice of Master Coach A. So we build tribe as we help your unstoppable dream to come true. And I am a proud scholar of Master Coach A's Tribe Speak, a six-step to six-figure speaking career training program. I am the creator and founder of When Comfort is Not Too Comfortable coaching community. So when you talk about comfort, this is not only limited to your physical comfort, but this can be your emotional comforts, your mental comforts, the patterns that you have in life or the cycles no that you have in life that just made you eventually comfortable where you are right now, but eventually you become pained with it because you see that the cycles keeps on repeating, the patterns keep on repeating in your life, and it is not helping you become a better version of yourself. And of course, comfortable with pain because there are people, of course, who like me, grew up in a very painful environment, and we are used to pain, and we feel no that when you go outside of pain, you couldn't imagine life, and you feel as if it's impossible to live a life na ano no na not tied with pain, with so much pain, and you feel that you are unworthy of a life without pain, and you feel that you need to suffer, then I invite you to join my group and let us journey together. Because, of course, to live life truly, you have to make choices. And in each choices that you make, there are actually rewards and lessons for every choices that you make. And choosing not to make a choice para isipin mong hindi komplikado is also a choice. So I am a proud coachee of Master Coach A. So we have been in a partnership for 3 years now. Okay, and when I met Master Coach A, I was clinically diagnosed with multiple mental illnesses. I was suicidal. I was trying hard actually to survive in life. And eventually, I got her as my personal coach, my business coach, lahat ng coach niya. So yeah, so we started working with my mental wellness, and it started with mental fitness, and then eventually, I got the healing that I hoped for. It's actually something that I wasn't honestly wanting. It's as if I had this thinking that mental illness cannot be healed, and eventually, God is good. Binigay naman yung healing, and it is actually possible. Now I am a testimony that mental illnesses can be healed, and it requires for you to go through the journey of developing, of course, your mental fitness and going outside of your comforts in order for you to work on yourself, in order for you to finally live the life that you really want. That's why we have coaching for mental fitness as well. Okay, so I invite you to like my page. This is my page, Life Coach Candee, and if you want to join my group, this is my group. And comfort is not too comfortable coaching community. So I invite you not to answer the membership questions for your membership to be approved. Then of course, if you want to drop me some notes, give me some feedback, no, and you have questions in your mind but you are unable to ask here in the comment box, no, then I invite you to message me at my Facebook account, my personal account. So I have only one account. So ito na po yun. So if you see other names, no, with different picture or the same picture with the same name, but it doesn't look like this, that is not me. Okay. So, of course, I invite you to become a channel of love and hope as you bless someone with a meal from Decaf Coffee Republic, which is the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines, and it is where I am physically located. No, I am in my favorite spot, the library area. So, of course, along with the meal, no, the meal that you will be gifting or blessing someone, let your personal message inspire someone today. So, include with it a personal message of love, hope, inspiration, encouragement, ano pa ba, forgiveness, pwede din naman forgiveness, no? So that's something that you can do. And if you want to put like an art on it, calligraphy, doodles, or something, just feel free to request it to us. And I will be happy, of course, we will be happy to make this for you. And our food, actually, it comes with so much prayer for healing. That's why we really want to be able to partner with you to bring light, into someone's life this season, to bring the Decaf Coffee Republic experience in their home. So it is not just a food, but our food has that prayer of healing as well. So we want to become a channel of healing in every household. So be blessed all the more for being a blessing. So I invite you to partner with us as you send someone a meal from Decaf Coffee Republic. So before I begin, of course, I invite you to become intentional in getting your hashtag pack my bag moment. If you can just, sa dami na sinabi ko, since we will be diving into a little, di naman little, no, to science, no, since this is mental health, in mental fitness, it provides education. Of course, I invite you to just even get one hashtag pack my bag moment na para sa iyo, no. So these are key points, aha moments, word sharing, lessons that resonated with you. These are powerful truths, no, that speaks to your heart. And of course, I invite you, if you can share your ATM at the moment, hashtag pack my bag moment in the comment box below, then of course, go ahead, di ba? Why not? And I would love to read, no, your hashtag pack my bag moment, your thoughts, your feedback. So we have a more interesting conversation in this session. And of course, I invite you to share your hashtag pack my bag moment on your timeline so you get to bless other people as well, your friends, your family. Yung nagbabrowse ng newsfeed, I'm sure lalabas yung post mo on their newsfeed, so you get to bless them as well. And you become a channel of blessing and healing as well. And if you want to put a context, no, so people will know where your hashtag pack my bag moment comes from, para hindi ka naman awayin, no. And if someone questioned you, no, then you can refer them and put this, no, hashtag coaching TikTok, hashtag mentally fit Philippines, Phil, ayan, Hashtag mental fitness first. Now, let's begin and let's talk about sleep. Sino po dito? Sleep is life. You want sleep is life, but you are challenged with sleep, meaning you are challenged falling asleep. You are challenged to stay asleep, and you are challenged to even wake up. Ayan, let's talk about sleep and how it actually affects your mental fitness or your mental health. So before, of course, I proceed, no, I would like to greet our fellow digital learners in the space. So we have my coach partner, no, si Coach Trisha, Coach Grace is here. Syempre, si Mayor Leonard, kasama ang aking buong name sa pagbate. Okay. And we have, of course, Master Coach Hasmin and Coach Mao. Ayan, sleep. How many hours of sleep do you usually get? And if you have like a routine, no, like a time of sleep, ibig sabihin, yung definite time like 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. or 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., mga ganyan, please share with me and share with no. This is not meant to compare, okay? Let's just share. So usually ano yung time frame na sleeping mo, no, and what time do you usually sleep, what time do you usually wake up, if you encounter challenges in sleeping, then go ahead and share it with us as well, no? And what are if inconsistent naman yung sleeping time mo, no? How many hours of sleep do you usually aim for? Okay, okay. So good afternoon, Coach Sean. So sleep is actually an important part of your daily routine, and you may not know it, but you spend about 1/3 of your time doing it. And quality sleep means getting enough of it. You should be able to get enough quality sleep, of course, at the right time. It is actually essential to survival as food and water. O, di ba? Kailangan din po natin ng sleep para makasurvive. So, without sleep, you can't form or maintain the pathways in your brain that let you learn and create new memories. And it's harder, of course, to concentrate and respond quickly. So if you have this experience, no, where you didn't get enough sleep, or you got sleep and it was too much, or you got sleep, no, but you kept on tossing and turning, alam mo yung mababaw yung tulog mo. How do you usually feel, no, the next day when you wake up? So feel free to share with me, how do you usually feel when you don't get the quality sleep that you really desire. Okay, so sleep is important to a number of brain functions, including how nerve cells, no, or the neurons communicate with each other. And in fact, your brain and body stay remarkably active while you are sleeping. So, hindi po siya nag-i-stop, no? Our body works 24/7 yan. Pati si brain mo, 24/7 active yan. It's just, no, yung level of activeness nag-iiba, okay? And recent findings suggest that sleep plays a housekeeping role. Oh, may housekeeping role siya that removes toxins in your brain that build up while you are awake. Like a good example of that, isipin mo na si stress are garbage, no, that you have stress for today. And if you sleep, eventually swipe away, no, swipe niya. Of course, it doesn't mean that matatanggal na yung source of stress mo, but then again, it removes toxins in your brain that build up while you are awake. Some very, very interesting fact. Okay? So, before I proceed with the topic, no, na sleeping, okay? Ayan. So, this is part of the 13-step formula to balancing your brain chemistry without dangerous prescription medication. Okay? And did you know that actually neurological diseases are more of environmental influences rather than genetics? And a part of this, we are already on the fifth, no? We are on prioritizing sleep. So here you get to want to be able to look into the importance of monitoring and prioritizing your sleep, because the brain needs quality sleep to be able to function properly. And it's necessary, of course, to be alert, productive, and creative for optimal body functioning. And talking about that, of course, if this is your first time to encounter the circadian rhythm, feel free to share it with me. Or if you have any thoughts no about circadian rhythm, let me know. So as I said, no, sleep affects almost every type actually of tissue and systems in your body, from the brain to the heart to the lungs to the metabolism to your immune function to your mood, to your disease resistance or immunity, no? Lahat 'yan kasama sa sa effects no sa ng sleep. And research shows that a chronic lack of sleep or iba tawag dito is SD or sleep deprivation no, or getting poor quality sleep. So pwedeng hindi ka lacking in hours of sleep no, but you have poor quality of sleep. It actually increases the risk of disorders including high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, depression. Ayan. So if you want to know more as well no, about this naman in terms of the physical health, then you can refer back to Coach A I-Connect YouTube channel and catch the Decaf Brewing live session yesterday, episode 99. So I talked about the power of sleep. So ito continuation niya, but on the more scientific level tayo. So did you know that our body have built-in internal clocks, okay? So our bodies release chemicals in a 24-hour cycle. Hindi nga talaga siya nagpapahinga, nudging us to do certain activities at a certain time. So if napapansin nyo, there are moments or time no na mas high ang energy mo, there are times na low ang energy mo, there are times that you can concentrate more, and there are times that you can't concentrate or you concentrate less, no? So this is all part of the circadian rhythm. So each of the cycles, pag nakikita nyo, is what we call again circadian rhythm. And one of the most important chemicals involved in the process of processing ng circadian rhythm mo is what we call melatonin. So for those people who take the melatonin supplement, no, thinking that it is a sleeping pill, it is not a sleeping pill. Again, it is a supplement, okay? Melatonin doesn't cause you to fall asleep, but it gives your body the signal that it is time to rest. So, mataas yung melatonin mo, bababa yung ibang hormones mo, prepare niya, i-relax ka niya, kaya yung iba nakakatulog, okay? But it is not meant to knock you out and make you fall asleep, okay? So, usually, this is recommended to be taken at least an hour or 2 hours before you go to bed. Okay? So, melatonin is a hormone that makes you feel drowsy kasi nga nire-relax yung katawan mo. So, the amount of melatonin in our bodies starts increasing in the evening. Doon po talaga lumalabas yon. So, wag kang iinom ng melatonin ng umaga or hapon because it will mess up your circadian rhythm. Okay? So it peaks in the middle of the night, and it actually lets your body know that it's time to sleep. If it then actually naturally no decreases by morning, allowing you to wake up refreshed. So circadian rhythm is not unique with humans, no. It hindi lang to sa human. Actually in or other organisms meron to. This can be found in plants, animals, fungi, and even bacteria kasama dito, no? Even those bacteria living inside our gut, they all have this. So external signals such as light triggers the cyclical no release of chemicals that signal when to start and stop different actions. And circadian rhythm govern all types of activities from feeding time, madami no, DNA replication, DNA yan. So in humans, actually, circadian rhythm are best known for governing our own sleep schedule. So if you want to know more about sleep, no, kasama talaga si circadian rhythm dito, you have to know about this. So to maintain, of course, our 24-hour sleep schedule, no, our bodies translate information about the time of day into melatonin production. So this process starts in your eye, no? Syempre, di ba? When your eye is exposed to light, a signal is relayed to your retina, to an area of the brain called suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN, and which actually plays a role in making you feel sleepy or wide awake. Okay? So itong CSN, no, it sends signal to other parts of your brain that control hormones and body temperature. Then it's the signal travels all over the brain, down to your spinal cord, to the pineal gland, to ano, madami, no? So, during the day, the signal prevents the pineal gland from producing melatonin. So, si melatonin ang gagaling sa pineal gland mo. But when it is dark outside, these signals are not activated and the pineal gland is able to produce melatonin. But there are times, no, when certain people has lower production of melatonin, especially pag natural aging na yung process, naglo-lower down yung melatonin production. So, in other words, exposure to light prevents melatonin release, which keeps you awake, and lack of exposure to light causes melatonin release, which tells you to go to sleep. So, pag sanay ka na nakatago sa madilim na kwarto, no, even if it's morning, then actually you're already messing up with your circadian rhythm. And if you live in a house, no, na wala kang warm light, lahat super light, LED, no, that even in the time of the day that you should be resting na naka-expose ka technically, yung body mo is not able to produce melatonin. So it is very important, no, to check into the environment when you want to fall asleep because nga meron tayo circadian rhythm and you want to consider melatonin. Okay? Now, ayan, di ba ang saya-saya ni brain. How sleep impacts mental health. So sleep is the mind's time actually, no, to rest and recharge. So when you get proper sleep, quality sleep, your memories, emotions, and new information are processed and filed away for your mind to retrieve later on, di ba? So nakakapag-rest talaga siya. So eventually, no, you when you fail as well, no, to get adequate sleep, syempre, it messes up your as well though, since it messes up the circadian rhythm, and as well, no, meron tayong hormonal production, no, that's happening in the body. It messes up with hormonal production as well and creates a chemical imbalance in your body. So sleep also is a time for emotional processing to take place. This is why if you miss out, no, on a precious rest, hindi ka nakatulog, na di ka nakanap, for others, part ng routine nila is napping, no, napping, they far more likely, no, to be very agitated. They may not be like expressive, no, but alam mo yung sa utak-utak mo talagang alam mo yung agitated ka, marami ka na sinasabi sa loob ng brain mo, or even small things you feel that you can easily snap. So this is one of the effects of lack of sleep, no. And of course, while the chemical balances the sleep and the SD, or sleep deprivation, actually affects your brain. Unfortunately, it does, no. So there are so much consequences of sleep deprivation on our psychological state. So the mechanism of sleep disruption or sleep deprivation, no, and mental health are actually not that complicated to understand if you really want to know more about this, no. But actually, basta ang kailangan mo lang intindihin, sleep and mental health are related, just like gut and your brain is related. Okay? So, it's during sleep that we process our emotions and our memories. Okay? Um, so here are a few primary consequences, no, sleep loss has on our psychological state. First, it creates emotional instability. Second, you get a mood after a night of too little sleep. You get mood swings, no, or mood then the night after too little sleep. So there's something that you really want to look into. So have you ever noticed, no, that when you miss out on sleep, you tend to be more sensitive, easily irritated, or impulsive? And did you know that there's actually a biological reason for that? And it has to do with two areas of your brain called si MEG, ibabalik ko si MEG, the superhero, si amygdala, and si prefrontal cortex. So just to give you a brief background, no, so your amig or amygdala, no, is in charge of your emotional responses. But to do its job correctly, no, it needs sleep because that's the time it's allocated to process emotion. So when you miss out on sleep, the amygdala goes into overdrive, causing your immediate emotional reactions to intensify. Kaya ka moody, kaya ka easily irritated. So meron po talaga yung science, okay? In fact, did you know that there was a study using the MRI brain scans, no, that showed that amygdala was around 60% more emotionally reactive, okay, in participants who were sleep deprived compared to those who were well rested. And of course, no, it's not only the negative emotions that intensify with the lack of sleep, but positive ones as well. And of course, your amygdala isn't the only area again, no, that gets it hit with the consequences of sleep deprivation, because I ano din, no, I mentioned prefrontal cortex. So another area involved in emotional regulation is actually your prefrontal cortex, and it does a lot of impressive things. So dito nangyayari yung mga logical parts, the logical reasonings, okay? And isang one of the title talaga, no, title holder. The title of the prefrontal cortex is the voice of reason. Okay, so it is the voice of reason to your emotions. In short, it is the one that can put to brakes, no, your amygdala when it's being very sensitive, nag-overdrive siya, attituding siya, nagdidiva-diva siya, okay? So the prefrontal cortex helps control our impulses. Again, if amygdala is on the overdrive, mataas ang impulses, and of course, yung prefrontal cortex that controls our impulses, dahil nga hindi din nakaka-rest, hindi nakaka-sleep, hindi din niya nakokontrol ang impulses. That's why there are impulses in terms of, you can witness this, no, if you lack sleep, there's impulses in the way you eat, and there's impulses in the way you respond, and you can't think even logically, no, para kang may brain fog. So, like amygdala, the prefrontal cortex can't do its job properly when you don't sleep well. So, because of this, no, when you don't get to sleep well, there's a disruption in communication between your amygdala and the prefrontal cortex. And these two usually work closely with one another. Okay? So kaya mas impulsive tayo, and we less likely to think through our emotional reactions, which is, of course, we all know is a dangerous place to be. So the disruption of the amygdala in combination with your prefrontal cortex is what makes you more vulnerable to mood swings, erratic behavior, yung mga hindi mo maintindihan na nagawa mo, hindi mo naisip, no, na magagawa mo, increase in emotional reactivity, sensitivity as well when we lose sleep. And of course, when you don't get enough sleep, no, there is as well that hormone disruption. So in addition to the emotional instability, the lack of sleep causes chemical imbalances in your brain. Okay, and actually our body produces and regulates roughly 50 different hormones, which acts as chemical messengers for your brain, and it travels through our blood, delivering messages from the brain to different areas of the body, to different organs of the body. Okay, so we all know that hormones influences appetite, weight, mood, immunity, growth, healing, and much more, even restoration, kasi healing and restoration, di ba? Even much more. So, hormones actually allows us to function properly, and lack of sleep messes up the communication between the brain and its messengers, causing our hormones to act incorrectly or deliver misinformation to the body. That's why sleep deprivation poses such a dangerous threat to mental health, because there's a lot of risk, no, of our hormone, that the hormones don't deliver the correct information across our body. Ayan. So, di ba, ang taray-taray maganyan po. So, technically as well, no, um, yung body mo eventually, no, it is put into chaos trying to find homeostasis. Kaya ko to. Homeostasis. Ayan, again, although many hormone levels, of course, are influenced by sleep. One of it is actually cortisol, or what we call the stress hormone. This is the hormone that impacts stress levels, no, has one of the biggest impact on the state of our mental health. So technically, less sleep, more stress, more cortisol production. And cortisol is a steroid hormone produced by your adrenal glands, no, that plays a big role in your fight and flight response. Kaya usually mas agitated din tayo, okay? And alam mo, nagiging war freak ka. Okay, so it helps keep you alert, and the production of cortisol is regulated by again your pituitary gland, no, where hypothalamus is as well connected. So it's very important for your cortisol levels to just be right, and it's too much. When you have too much or too little cortisol produced, there are actually consequences in your in terms of mental health, no, and the way you respond. And unfortunately, when you don't get enough sleep, too much cortisol is produced, which puts your body in a constant state of stress. Kaya hindi ka din nakaka-relax, kaya hindi ka din nakakapag-produce masyado ng melatonin, hindi ka nakakatulog. And it again messes up with different functions of your brain. And again, dahil nga hindi lang naman cortisol to, just I explained earlier, nagme-mess up yung hormones, no, kung saan siya nagpupunta, naliligaw-ligaw siya. So this is actually a science behind it. And we all know that stress has a number of detrimental effects on your body, including impaired thinking, weight gain, the inability to control emotions. And the worst part is sleep deprivation and stress contribute to negative feedback loop that can be difficult to break and often results in mood disorder, anxiety disorder, and even depressive disorders. And with heightened stress, no, comes heightened anxiety, which can make you hypersensitive to all sorts of physical, mental, and emotional stimulus or stimuli. No? For anyone especially diagnosed with mental health disorders or sleep disorders, additional stress can increase the severity of your conditions. So the question as well, no, pag nakita mo yung science behind that, the hormones, the amygdala, prefrontal cortex, sa hypothalamus, ayan, lahat na, no. There's no actually denying that sleep and mental health have a reciprocal relationship, just like your gut and brain, no. So lack of sleep impacts your mental health and vice versa. But one thing is for sure, that when your mental health is on the rocks, ibig sabihin shaky siya, no, your sleep is actually affected by it as well. And of course, we have this. So I think it's small for you, no? I think if you're looking at it, but technically, this is a summary. If you want to have this, I can send this to you. Just go ahead and message me. So in a summary, no, what happens when your brain doesn't sleep? Technically, you lose memories. You also have false memories. Very, very interesting how you can create false memories, no, with the lack of sleep. And dahil dyan, meron ding hallucinations. Nagkakaroon ka din ng hallucinations. You have anger, sleep loss, no? Kasi nga yung emotional regulation, wala. And you have actually cerebral shrinkage. Ibig sabihin, lumiliit yung brain mo. You get slurred speech. Ayan, yung nabubulol tayo. Impaired wit. Yung wit, di ba? Imbis na witty, medyo naiinis ka na, nakakapikon niya. Alam mo yung mga sinasabi na insensitive, na mga hirit, ayan. You cronut binges or short binges, mga binge eating, no? And you get the head in the clouds, which is actually mental fog or brain fog. You get to go for risky decisions because of your impulsiveness and the lack of the free kaya natin to. And the lack of your brain to be able to do logical thinking, and as well, you risk brain damage. And if you look at this, no, mental illness and sleep disorders actually, um, This is very, very much connected, and it is important to note that the relationship between the ailments varies in severity and complexity across different disorders. So, one mental illness can actually be developed in part due to a specific sleep order, no, but it can also be a symptom of the same mental illness. So, it's not as actually it's a chicken and egg, no. So, mental health issues may show no actually causal relationship. Sabi nga nila, no, may nagsasabi that's what people think, that they don't have any relationship. But according to this, if you really look into this, it is very much related. Okay, so again, most common mental illnesses are anxiety and depressive orders, which affects no roughly 4 million people, and 50 to 10% also have sleep disorders along with it. So the most common sleep ailments for individuals with mental illness are insomnia, not being able to sleep, and hypersomnia. Ibig sabihin naman, sleeping too much. Yung mga nakaka 12 hours ka na, or you don't want to move, you just want to sleep, no? And for some, it's sleep apnea. Okay, so um, you can see that it is very much related. Excuse me. So sleep disorders are more commonly among actually the mentally ill, okay, mga may mental challenges. And lack of sleep can worsen mental conditions and make it more difficult to cope with the symptoms, because nga lalo niya na-disrupt no your hormone production, and so much more. So it's very likely that the treatment, of course, for sleep disorders will alleviate symptoms of mental health disorders, and those with mental health disorders often find time no in lighter, less restorative stages of sleep than deep REM sleep. So meron din tayong stages of sleep. So you need to go into REM sleep, which is critical to health. And this is where deep sleep, no, pag nag-deep sleep ka, dyan talaga nangyayari yung healing ng katawan. So the relationship between lack of sleep and mental illness is um is very much closely linked, of course, and when left untreated, you can see that it can become very, very, very dangerous. So, a study no, in the University of Michigan also found a strong correlation between insomnia and suicide. So the common mental illnesses and their associated sleep disorder. No, usually you have anxiety disorders. These are the most common mental illnesses, and anxiety disorder typically develop from a number of risk factors, including genetics, brain chemistry, life events. But the good news is anxiety disorders are highly treatable. And common sleep problems associated with anxiety depression is insomnia, hyperinsomnia, nasusobrahan no, sa tulog. Hypersomnia, sorry. Hypersomnia, you get to have, for some, they experience nightmare and they experience nighttime panic attacks. And we all know anxiety is actually our reaction to stress. Okay, so while all of us experience and react to stress, the nervous system, your nervous system, feels actually to be set back to normal after fighting or fleeing from a stressor. Kasi nga heightened yung state ng state ng brain mo, no, that it is in a heightened state of stress and anxiety. It always keeps the nervous system alert and able to relax enough for you to actually fall asleep. That is why insomnia is a very common companion with anxiousness, kasi nag-overdrive yung brain mo, okay? And individuals with anxiety also find themselves battling with hypersomnia or oversleeping as a response naman to the exhaustion from insomnia. Okay, ito yung time na bumabawi naman sobra yung brain mo in terms of being into insomnia. And of course, when your anxiety is caused by trauma such as PTSD, it's not uncommon for people no to relieve the trauma through a vivid, unsettling dream that jerks them out of sleep, nagigising ka, no? And for those naman with panic anxiety disorder, it's uncommon for them to experience nocturnal panic attacks, which takes place no during lighter stages of sleep. So usually the individual wakes up feeling extreme panic or fear, this can be na pagigising ka, na pawis ka, may pain ka sa chest, you have increased heart rate. And of course, lack of sleep, of course, has depression. Can lead to depression and the other way around. Pag may depression ka, meron ka din sleep problem, no? So depression is actually, we all know, a mood disorder. It is far more severe than just feeling sad. So we all experience low points, trying times, or stressors, no, that bring our mood down, or life situations that bring our mood down. And that is completely normal. But when you have depression, no, um, and these are negative moods that persist and eventually manifest into harmful thinking and harmful behavior. That depression becomes actually a psychiatric disorder and the person is not able to function. And there are some na functional naman but they have depression as well. So the common sleep problems associated with depression, again, it's the same: insomnia, hypersomnia, sleep apnea. Okay, so madami. There's so much along with it. We have ADHD as well, which is one of the most common mental illness among children, affecting approximately 8 to 10% of school age children. And it is a condition that consists, no, of differences in brain development. Meron naman siyang area dito of brain development where your attention, self-control, and hyperactivity are controlled. So ito yung nawawala sa mga ADHD, no, the amount of attention, self-control, and hyperactivity. So it messes up with that area, or area of the brain, the hormones of that brain. And again, the common sleep problems associated with ADHD disorder: insomnia, daytime, no, sleepiness, and sleep apnea. Ayan. Periodic limb movement disorder. Alam mo yung galaw ng galaw yung limb mo na hindi mo makontrol. And the restless leg syndrome. Ayan. So, yes, people usually have that and they are not mindful of that. Okay. So, whatever it is, know that sleep is very important for your health. And actually, sleep is actually part of the pillars of your health and vitality. So if you want to really look into it, if you really want to be able to take care of your mental fitness, take care of your mental health, you want to be able to start looking into your sleep as well: sleep patterns, sleep cycles, the quantity and quality of your sleep. So this is something that you really want to look into it, because as you can see, no, and as you have heard, it has so many huge impact, not only for your physical health, but your mental health as well. And of course, with that, no, it's important for you to understand that mental illness is just not an illness. Just like, no, you get a fever or a sore throat, it's not something you have control over, and it's not something to be ashamed of. So mental illnesses, like physical illnesses, can be treated, and they just might be a little harder, of course, challenging to be able to recognize than a mere, no, headache, no. But if you, of course, suffer from mental illnesses of any kind, remember, do not be afraid to seek help. And just as we nurture our bodies back to health, no, like the physical body, you too can nurture your mind back to health too. And with that, I invite you to my new program, which is the Health and Vitality Breakthrough Coaching Program, where we get to dive deeper into why you might not be feeling your best and uncover strategies for boosting your holistic health and wellness through the 6 pillars of vitality, starting with your mental fitness. So in this program, you will be able to understand what the concept of vitality really means and what it means for you personally. You get to learn the 6 pillars of vitality. And again, sleep is part of the pillar of the vitality. So you get to learn about all the factors that can affect a person's overall health and sense of well-being. And again, you get to dive deeper into why you might not be feeling your best. And we get to, of course, journey and uncover strategies for boosting your overall health and wellness. So the other part of the vitality, of course, of the 6 pillars, other part of the six other part of the pillars of vitality is actually exercise, nutrition. That's why we have coaching for mindful eating. We have the supplements. We have sleeping. That's why I'm diving deeper now into sleeping as well. We have as well stress management. So those are some of the pillars. Okay. So this all actually starts even with your mindset, with your mental fitness. So this is very different from the wellness coaching that people usually offer, because in here we are heavy on your mental fitness, on working with your mental fitness. And we have incorporated here, I have incorporated here as well, mental models for you to be able to understand the patterns, the way you see the world, your mental model, and what mental models can you learn, can you incorporate in order to have a shift on your mindset, a shift on your perspective. Because would you agree with me? I'm sure you have tried to go into a healthy lifestyle, exercise, nutrition, eating more, diet, and everything, but you eventually go back to where you started. And for some, they even do worse. Ibig sabihin, nandyan din yung yo-yo dieting. So in here, it is a very, very, very holistic approach, and I invite you to join me in this program. This is a 6-month journey program where each month we focus on one pillar of vitality. And as we move towards the next month, we add on, no, we stack up in order for you to be able to build on routines, habits, and disciplines to be put in place, and then to be able to finally have that breakthrough in your health and vitality. So yun kagandahan nito. And of course, if you want to know more about this, I invite you to connect with me at 0907-894-0400 or message me in my personal account. Okay, so I am very, very excited to be journeying with you in terms of health and vitality breakthrough. No, if your concern is exercise as well, and you want an exercise program, this is as well part of the coaching package, since I am a fitness instructor as well. Ayan, so meron po ako ng mga background. Ayan. So that's it for our session for coaching for for mental fitness this week. Okay. So as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coach. And if you are not yet, of course, a smart holder of B Learning e-card, and know that you are still missing a lot of the perks that we are enjoying, and today is the best time for you to take action. So connect with Coach Rizal through 0907-586-1661 to join the Be Learning Society, which is the tent maker of Be Learning Homes for mental fitness. So you get to enjoy 5% food and beverage discount from Bika Coffee Republic. You get the full access to Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A, which happens every fourth Saturday of the month. Plus, you get to benefit, of course, from a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So you want to save the date, no, on October 30 at 7 p.m. for our next Mental Model Masterclass, as Master Coach A will teach about the Thought Leadership Mental Model Mastery, where you get to learn the thought leadership mental model and discover how to become a 21st century knowledge entrepreneur. So for more information and registration assistance, connect with Coach Giselle through 0907-586-1661. So now for individuals who embark on a journey of becoming a certified life coach and joining us in this very fulfilling profession, Master Coach A now offers actively co-create life coach certification program. So this is a CPD accredited course with 40 credit units. So if you are asking what CPD is, no, CPD, excuse me, is about learning new things or refreshing your knowledge by doing new things. In this, makes actually CACC Life Coach Certification Program the perfect track for your continuing professional development. And life coaching is actually the 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains and thereby increasing their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace. So the CACC course includes a 21-day web-based learning, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. And the program package also comes with many other bonuses. So just connect with Coach Rizal to 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities awaiting for you in this very, very fulfilling profession, which is the second fastest growing profession in the world today. So again, I invite you to join us for another coaching conversation tomorrow with Coach Orville for coaching for courageous living at 10 a.m. With Master Coach Spin for coaching for frontliners at 2 p.m. and with Coach Joanna coaching for moms in transition at 4 p.m. So once again, this is Coach Candy Tang from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk because coaches like us think and talk like this, and this is us in the Philippines. Lava boom, lava boom, lava boom. Bye bye.